For a minute, if I could have your attention for a minute, first of all, I'd like to thank you for coming, for Rachel and for her family. I know they appreciate you showing up and being here and supporting her. And I know Nettleton High School, we appreciate you coming and supporting. It's a big day for us, but it's an even bigger day for Rachel and her family. And I know you guys all know Rachel and you know what all she's done and what all she's accomplished. So I'm not going to read the whole list. Okay, but I'm going to do some quick summary. Obviously, she started as a 9th grader in the high school track, so she's already finished 3 years of track, and she's working on her 4th. She's already been All-American in track 3 years, hoping for a 4th one in 2017. She's a conference champion already in pole vault for, it shows here 4 years, one of those being junior high. Outdoor pole vault for 5A champion, 14, 15, 16. We're hoping for 17. The indoor track, in 2014, she was 2nd place in the pole vault. 2015, 2nd place. In 2017, it says 3rd place. Meet of Champs qualifier in all of those years. She's All-Arkansas Academic Track and Field. 5A state record holder. State finalist for Wendy's Heisman. She got Lady Raider Award on occasions. She's also been on sprinting teams. She's also been all kinds of things that have been really highly regarded, but also currently in some rankings she's ranked number 8 in the entire nation. She's right now ranked number 1 in the state of Arkansas. Last night at Jonesboro, she set her personal record, so she's just getting better and better. She set her personal record of 13 feet 2 inches, and on top of that, she finds time to have straight A's. She's currently ranked number 1 in her class, and she has almost $160,000 worth of scholarships at her disposal. Interestingly, that is the exact same amount I have in my wallet right now. So I'll split it with you guys later. But on a personal note for me, she's one of the best I've ever been around, regardless of this sheet. She's one of the best people I've been around. She's a good person. She's a good kid. She's a good student. She's a good athlete. She has a heart for... she has a servant's heart, travels around the world helping others, went to Ivory Coast to help others. So one of the most highly decorated athletes in the history of Nettleton. So all of those are great, but in reality what I love about her most is she's Rachel. That's who she is, and she's one of the best we've ever had in this school building. And so with that said, Blake, is there anything you'd like to say?
I'm just really proud of everything she's done. Couldn't be more deserving of a better kid. She's accomplished.
Thanks.
So you are here to see her sign with Liberty University, outstanding 4-year school. Tell us a little bit about it, Rachel. You want to tell us anything about all of this?
Yes. So, should I stand up so everybody can see me? So, it's kind of a cool story how I picked Liberty. I always thought that I was going to go far away for school and pole vault and do big things. And then when it came down to it and I really started thinking about moving away and living far away from my family, I would burst into tears. So for about 2 months, I couldn't think about college without having a meltdown. And then Liberty contacted me and flew me out there because they wanted me to vault for them. And so that was really cool. And I went over there by myself just to get a feel for what it would be like to live there and be there without my parents. And it was normal and it was fine. And of course, I missed them for the weekend. But the distance part went away. I realized I wasn't going to be gone for 4 years. If you added up all the breaks and everything, I'd be home a lot. And so I wasn't worried about distance anymore. And it's 11 and a half hours away driving, so I'll have to take 2 flights to get there and get home. And so that just kind of worked out. And then it's an expensive school because it's a private Christian school, so I needed the finances to work out too. And I ended up getting the scholarships I needed. And Liberty is one of the very few schools that we found that had any kind of scholarship for being valedictorian, salutatorian. And so that was just perfect because most other schools are like, we'll give you $1,000. I'm like, well, that's not going to cover 4 years at this college. So I need a little more than that. So this school gave me that, and I met the coach, and it's just amazing. And besides pole vaulting, even if I wasn't a pole vaulter, I think I would want to go to Liberty because it's a Christian school, and that's just really like what, I don't know, I just want to grow in my relationship with Christ more than anything else. And if I never make more than 13.2, I know that the school will be good for me and that it'll benefit me in lots of other ways. And I know I'll get to meet lots of people, lots of like-minded people, and I'm just really excited for what the Lord's going to do with me there.
Rachel wanted me to say something. So I didn't know I was going to have to talk, but if anybody knows me, you know I'm okay with talking. Rachel asked me to just say something because we've had great coaching support, and there's several people here from our pole vault family that know Bell Athletics and what they've been to us. And Earl, who's a staple in Jonesboro, treats Rachel like a member of his family. I know he loves her, and that whole family over there is just like that. So it's been a great structure. But when we go to meets, they're not usually there, so somebody needs to know the measurements and to know there's a lot more that goes into pole vaulting than I ever realized before we started doing it. So I got to be dad and coach at the same time, and it's been a lot of fun. It's challenging sometimes because sometimes I just want to be dad and I just want to root for her and not have to worry about the numbers and what we need to do on the next jump and all those things. But it's been a lot of fun. I've had the privilege of coaching Rachel. We left Jonesboro yesterday, and I was leaving with her pole bag on my shoulder, and she came running over to me. She said, "I want a picture. I don't have hardly any pictures of me and you holding the pole bag, but you coached me for 4 years, and I think I need a picture of that." So we got a picture last night with that, and that meant a lot to me that she just thinks of it in that way. So, but Rachel's always overachieved. We have a picture of her first photo that was professionally taken. She's an infant, days old, and holding herself up on her elbows, looking around. I mean, she never wanted to be out of anything. She's paying attention. She was looking around. She wanted to be involved. If she could have had a conversation with us on day one, she would have done it. So she's been that way since she was little. She was talking with us in conversations less than 2 years old, and she went through a whole gymnastics career, and her pole vault career has been amazing. And aside from all of that, she's the best daughter we could hope for. She loves her friends. She loves her church. She loves her family. She and her brother have been best friends their whole lives. I don't know how many you have teenage siblings, but they love each other, and that's great as a parent to see. So we're just really proud of her. When she was struggling with this decision, it was hard to watch her have that kind of struggle. And she jumped 12 feet 6 inches 2 years ago as a sophomore. And if her heights had projected the way that they were heading at that time, her junior year she would have had almost every Division I school bringing her offers. But she went through a year of struggle where her height only increased by an inch, and she was no longer in that elite company as a junior. And so the offers weren't rolling in like we thought they were going to be. And so we started looking at other ways, and of course we knew she would have some academic help. She's always been a great student. But what happened was the right offer came at the height that she was at, with the right combination of academics and the right environment where she feels like she wants to spend her college career and where she feels like she can have an impact on people around her and on the rest of her life. So we found that was maybe a blessing in disguise that she struggled for that year. So everything's in God's timing, and He worked it out so that she would get the right offer. Because I don't know if we'd have listened to Liberty University if we'd have had 15 Division I major schools with all their money and all their things knocking on the door. But it came at a time when we were prepared to listen. And even with Rachel's desire to be closer to home, I just said, I talked to the coach first. He always calls the dads first. And I talked to him first, and I said, and I just told Rachel, you need to talk to him. Just talk to him. And if you, whatever you decide to do, we'll be supportive. We love you. And she talked to him. She went for a visit, and she told you the rest of that. But we're so proud. I'll shut up now. Thanks for coming, and we love you, Rachel.
Real quick, one more thing before I sign. I just wanted to thank everybody who has supported me throughout the years. Of course, my family more than anybody else, you know. He's always, the other day before my first meet, he came up and, you know, he's so much bigger than me now. He's not my little brother anymore. Came up and gave me a big hug, and he was like, "Are you ready?" I was like, "I'm ready." And he said, "You're going to go high." So I'm going to go high. So that was sweet. And just, you know, they've traveled all over the place, and I feel bad when we drive 5 hours to a meet and then I clear 11 feet. And so I feel bad for them, but they never give me grief about that, thankfully. And so I'm just thankful for them. I'm thankful for coaches. I've had some high school coaches that don't know about pole vault, but they're there and they're asking me about it, and they stand there for hours while I'm vaulting, and they're just real supportive. And for Coach Rainwater's advice to always take the stick and put it in the hole, and that works. And just for the teachers who always support me and my friends, I know it's kind of hard to come to my competitions because they're at weird times, and it's a lot easier to go to the volleyball games and to the basketball games than to a track meet. But several of y'all have come out and watched me on several occasions, and you do not know how much that means to me because not a lot of people come out and watch. So I'm just very thankful for everything and for y'all being so sweet and supportive all the time in everything and not just vaulting. So.
I also told her to run fast before she put the stick in the hole.
That's true. That's true.
Anyway,
All right.
with all that said and all the accomplishments and all the great support, thank y'all again. She's now going to sign with a great school, 4-year Division I school, Liberty University. Y'all give her another big hand.
Awesome. Yay.
All right, we have some cake and drinks and stuff if y'all want some.
Hey, will you take a family
Thanks for
picture?
coming and for standing. We don't have enough chairs.
Hey, Julie, come here. I'd like to take a family picture.
Before you go on to get hugs, can I get you for a second? You can sit right there. I'll just stand
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Sometimes the hardest part is being at the meet, trying to compete, but a lot of times the hardest part is picking where you go for your career. How much of a challenge was it? What's it like now knowing that weight's off your shoulders?
Well, it was really hard for a while, and I had several options in several different schools that I knew were good pole vaulting schools, and I just wanted to pick what would be best for me, which is sometimes hard because they're all always talking about, well, we've got these resources and we've got this and we've got this, and I knew it wasn't all about the resources. I knew it was going to be what fit me the best. And so when I found Liberty, it just fit me the best. More than anything, I'm a Christian. Above being an athlete, above being a student, I'm a Christian, and I want to represent Jesus Christ in everything that I do. So that school's just perfect because it's got the good pole vault program, and all they do is for Christ. So once I figured that out, I think that's why I've had a successful season so far, is that I don't have weight on my shoulders, that I have to jump a height to make it to a school. I have it figured out, and I can just go have fun doing what I love.
For me, it was 11.5 hours as well, but another direction. At least you got to see it. I never got to see it until I got there. I'd never been that far away from home. Was that hard making that decision going? Because I know it was for me.
It was hard at first, and I didn't want to go 4 hours away, let alone 11.5. But once I flew out there and saw the campus and saw the atmosphere, met some of the girls on the team and met the coach, I think God just took that fear of distance away from me, and I figured up, the time that I would spend away from home and the time that I would spend at home. And it wasn't like I'm going away for 4 years. And so I'm not worried about the distance anymore because I know that I'm going to be, at that school, I'm going to be surrounded by like-minded people and by Christians like me and people who are striving towards the same things. And so I'm not worried about missing my family here because I know I'll have a whole other family there.
I know they're in the Big South, but yet for track, they've sent a lot of people to like the Penn Relays, to Great, like all the big times and done well. Did their reputation, once you learned more about the program, did that sell you too?
It did. It helped a lot because I knew that they were a good school. But when I met the coach and heard all that he had done and how he's still an athlete, and so you want a coach that knows what they're doing. And in pole vaulting, it's really specific, exact sport, exact science almost when you're trying to put all the pieces together. And so once I found out that he had been a vaulter, that he had done all these athletic things, and the program was doing well, and that the program was growing so exponentially, I was more comfortable that this is where I need to be.
Resources, they have a lot of it.
Yes.
when you saw the campus and stuff? What was the reaction?
Well, they told me that when I see the campus today, by the time I get there for school, it'll probably be totally different because they're always doing construction, they're always building a bunch of stuff, spending a bunch of money, and improving their school. And so that's helpful too, to know that if I need something in my program and what I'm doing, that they'll be able to provide it, and that's just a comfort.
Something you mentioned with in reference to your high school, a lot of programs, they might be good at track, but there's not a lot of help further in what you do in pole vaulting. Did you find that they have the knowledge that in your field in pole vaulting that they're solid in it?
Yes, I think they totally are. They have some good vaulters there now, and like I said, the coach knows what he's doing, and so I know that if I just work really hard and I have that workout schedule now that I've been missing for so long, that I think I can just keep improving.
Last thing, I got to assume that you talked it over with Earl. What was his thoughts?
He liked the idea. He likes the idea of me, getting away from Jonesboro. He's a huge fan of Arkansas State, of course, because he went to school there and vaulted there. But I think he's proud of me, and he knows I'm going to do big things. And he, more than anything, just wants what's best for me, whether that would be going here, going 5 hours away, going all the way to Liberty. I know he just wants to see me do big things. Awesome. Thank you.
I've been doing this 10 years now.
Yeah.
Because I've never been in areas where they really Mississippi. I was in North Florida. I don't think there was anybody there. I take it back. From Tallahassee. But yeah, other than that, I don't know, just in Arkansas. I didn't expect to hear anybody else. I was there 20 years ago. I never met anybody from Arkansas. And there was only off the top of my head, I think I was one of 4 kids from the state of Connecticut. There's a couple from Maine, the whole New England area. I don't remember anybody being from Vermont. I don't remember.
Hey, Blake, can you take our picture? Look up. Show them around me. Stand up straight.
That's about how many ribbons I won when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Participation ribbon.
Switch.
Oh yeah, switch. Come on. Yeah, you got the 6 camera.
No, don't do that.
That's great.
Awesome.
Good job.
Thank you.